Well, peanuts productions around the world impacts the peanut prices here at home. And we're checking on the world market right now. Argentina, a major factor in competing with the U.S. for the European market, they finally got some rain, enough for farmers to continue planting their crop. There's still large areas, they said, have not had a rain all during this planting season. One of them said they hadn't had rain since last April. The Chamber of Commerce there said that they intend to plant 385,000 hectares, and that is an increase of 9.63% over last year. Just below them is Brazil. The drought there is more serious. It's become a real issue. Plantings are already late for 4 to 5 weeks, and even if Brazil starts to receive some erratic rain, it will probably not be enough to start planting in all areas. Plantings are supposed to increase 5 to 10%. China's another major market. They produce way more than the U.S. Officials said they had a decent crop this year. They harvested the same time as the U.S. crop. Peanut acreage there, about 4.67 million hectares. That's an increase of 9% over last year. Peanut production is estimated at 17 million.
So can farming and ranching. Never assume location of depth of underground utilities or pipelines. Before you start work, always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com. It only takes a minute and it can save your life.
Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Just Shipped is expanding to its first retail location at the new Boulevard Market located on the corner of Bonnie Heath and 36th Avenue. Just Shipped will still offer the same all-inclusive services of packing and shipping your items. Don't want to get out of your car? You don't have to, because Just Shipped is offering curbside service. That's right, curbside service starting Saturday, November 7th. Go to justship.net for more information. Take the guesswork out of shipping with Just Shipped.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Sunshine, it'll be pleasant today, the high 72 to 75. Clear tonight, low 53 to 66. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, partly sunny, pleasant. The high Tuesday, 74 to 78. The high Wednesday, 77 to 80. The high for Thursday, 82 to 86. A shower, a thunderstorm on Friday. The high 82 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz at the 10 o'clock hour on November 2nd, 2020. Going out right to the phone lines, we're going to talk to Murray Wadsworth. He is an author who thinks that men should get screenings for prostate cancer a little earlier. He wants to talk about what men don't know about prostate cancer screenings. Mr. Wadsworth, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom.
And, I'm 54 years old. I'm right in the window. I'm over 40, but under 70. I'm right in the window. I had a colonoscopy probably 3 years ago. My doctor told me, see you in 10 years. So all I know about prostate cancer is that I'll get checked again in 10 years. So, but that's all I know. And that, when I looked at the pre-stuff to come talk to you, I was kind of scared about what I don't know. I didn't know that earlier screening, I'd always heard once you hit 50, you got to go get screened for prostate cancer. Because if you're under 50, it probably won't affect you. If you're over 50, that's where you start to worry about it. If you're under 40, you really don't have to worry about it because the average age of diagnosis is like 64, 65, somewhere around there. But you believe that we need to do it earlier than what I've always learned. I've always heard when you get to 50, start making that appointment. Talk to us about why we need to do it maybe even do it a little earlier.
We need to because we are given confusing information and what I believe is false information. So I'm diagnosed at 57 with a cancer that's got a good chance of taking me out early. Otherwise, my health is in the top 1% of 57-year-olds. So how does that happen? And why do I want to die from this disease? Over 30,000 men die every year in this country from this disease. Nearly 500,000 men are on life-altering, hormone-blocking drugs for this disease. So why do we need to screen earlier? One of the things you find when you read a lot is this information about the average age of death or diagnosis you've talked about. Because prostate cancer for many men can be a very slow, non-aggressive disease, it's not found in a lot of men until they're actually quite old, 70s and 80s. It's incidental to them. It's never going to hurt them. But that's counted in the statistics that tell you, Tom, at 54, not to worry about it. You take away all of those incidental older age men found to have prostate cancer out of the data, and you screen the rest of us, you're going to find that this age is going to drop and drop dramatically.
And
the thing is, go ahead.
Some of the confusion I get is you see on television, and I asked my doctor when I saw it, I first off, one of the things you need to do is talk to your doctor openly. But I saw it, and I go, do I have to do the whole unconscious thing and all for this? Can I do this? Because I saw there's this thing where you just take your sample at the house and you mail it in, and it's accurate and everything. So a lot of the confusion is, what test is accurate, or what's the best way to get screened?
Okay. So when you're talking about colonoscopies, that, of course, is different than prostate cancer.
Right.
Because that's looking for colon cancer or anal cancer. And that's done by a scope. And that is a completely separate situation, and it doesn't tell you whether you have prostate cancer.
Okay, so that's completely... See, I'm confused already because I thought it was the same thing.
Yeah, I understand. They're completely different. Here's what troubles me. Why do we men go off and get our colonoscopies at 50 when, in fact, we don't screen for prostate cancer, but far more men die from prostate cancer than colon cancer? Makes no sense to me. The simple test for prostate cancer is a blood test. There is a lot of information, misinformation, confusing information about what to do with the blood test, but it is just a blood test. And there are some guidelines that can be used, and we can talk at great length about the guidelines. But here's the important thing. 3 out of 4 men that have what doctors call an elevated PSA, prostate-specific antigen. It's an antigen that only the prostate gland makes. The prostate gland is our little sexual gland, which causes this havoc with so many men. But 3 out of 4 elevated PSAs are not cancer. We should celebrate that, not be afraid of the 3 out of 4. We should celebrate that. Woo-hoo, it's not me. And find the younger 1 in 4 that are. Because this disease, when caught early, is very, very treatable. Very treatable. And we're not doing that. You get on Facebook groups, you get in prostate cancer support groups, and you see how many men in their 40s and 50s are terminal.
Well, what
they
is
got
that?
5 to 10 years left in their lives.
We're talking with Murray Wadsworth, the author of Prostate Cancer, Sheep or Wolf. Then tell me, Murray, what are some of the things we can do to not only correct this misinformation, because I was confused about what it was until you just cleared me up, and then change the stigma surrounding prostate cancer?
Right. I think what we need to do is we need to say it's very similar to breast cancer. Decades ago, when a woman was found to have breast cancer, it was an automatic double mastectomy, and we all know those stories. They don't do that anymore. Now the diagnostics are advanced, women are found early, and there's a lot of treatment, successful treatment. Still a lot of deaths, more breast cancer deaths than more breast cancer deaths than prostate cancer. But we need to manage prostate cancer like breast cancer. Test early, get your baselines on your blood test, and then go from there. Just get your baseline. If you have a low number, and there's new thinking coming out on what's called the scale, is that if you enter your 40s and your 50s and you're below a value of 2 on the PSA test, you probably have nothing to worry about for a long time. If your value is above 2, you should do more screening, which actually now should include an MRI, The U.S. is slowly catching up on imaging of the prostate, which is far better than just simply the blood test or the physical exam. So we need to know that this is a cancer that's killing a lot of men. We need to focus on the deaths. Terrible thing to say, but we need to realize how many are in their 40s and 50s and early 60s, otherwise healthy, otherwise may not have much time with their grandkids if they're going to have grandkids. Not worry so much about the stigma that, if you have prostate cancer, you're going to lose your erections and you're going to be incontinent and wear diapers the rest of your life. That does happen to some men, yes, and that's unfortunate. But they have a choice, those men do, and I've met many of these men. They can choose to be incontinent, they can choose to have no sexual function, or they can choose to die early from prostate cancer. That's the cards they drew. It isn't bad doctors or bad medicine or bad surgeries. If your cancer sits in a certain place around your prostate, you have even more trouble in terms of these side effects. I don't have these side effects. I've had multiple treatments, and I don't have the side effects. I was on the lucky side because of where the MRIs showed my tumor was. So you have to make a choice here. Why do all the women in our lives, our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, our daughters, they all go get checked for numerous things? And yet over 30,000. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Do you believe that it's, I'm a man, I feel fine, I don't need to get things checked, that sometimes the machismo is some of the problem to blame?
Probably, but I think that's overspoken. I really do. I have now contacted and hundreds and hundreds of men through various associations with prostate cancer. None of us are afraid of checking this, understanding how bad it is, checking our health otherwise. And frankly, if you go get a colonoscopy, I don't think that's true anymore, that you're not afraid of checking yourself, because who likes a colonoscopy?
Nobody. It was the worst experience of my life. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. I've had two. I don't want any more. But if we go get those, if we're man enough for those, we can't get a blood test and have a further discussion of what it might or might not mean?
Well, let me ask you this, Murray. When you say it's a blood test, we're talking with Murray Wadsworth. He's the author of Prostate Cancer, Sheep or Wolf. When you talk about it's just a blood test, is it one that at your every yearly physical, is it something they look for in your blood, or is it something you have to ask the doctor, can I get a screening for prostate cancer with my blood test this time?
Good question, Tom. Some doctors will take care of it on their own. Others do not. And they suggest not even doing the blood test, and so the patient has to ask for it. My own brother's general practitioner told him not to be concerned. So we got my brother to another doctor. My brother's fine at the moment. So you get these mixed messages from doctors. We do colonoscopies because the insurance companies openly want you to do it. They want you to do it because they know the screening is a way to cure the disease. The screening is the way to reduce costs further down the road. So there's an economic incentive, and I say the economic incentive for colonoscopies is far greater than the health concern. That's why they're free. Why are they free? But we don't do this because we have such a false understanding. And I think if men knew how many men are dying from this or are on terrible drugs, they're changing their whole lives, giving you a large breast, I can say that because I have that, taking away all your sexual function and other things, they might think twice. If I get a blood test and we get this early, I might skip all of that. Well, most of them do skip all of that.
Well, if people want to find out more information or become more well-versed in the signs to look for prostate cancer, or some suggestions on the questions to ask, where can they go find out more information?
If you talk in terms of my book,
yes.
The website for my book is sheeporwolfcancer.com.
Sheeporwolfcancer.com.
Sheeporwolfcancer.com. Many prostate cancers are sheep and some are terrible wolves. But if the sheep get out, then you've got a problem. So it's sheeporwolfcancer.com. That will link to my Facebook page, which is the same name. And anyone that requests of me, I'll send them a free copy of the book. and the book and the Facebook page also have links to a lot of independent medical information that I think is very good for men.
Murray Wadsworth.
That'll help.
Murray Wadsworth, you've opened my eyes. I thought prostate cancer and colon cancer were all screened the same way. That's how much I knew. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to ask my doctor next time, hey, what's my PSA? That's what I asked, correct? Is that the question? What's my PSA?
Correct. What's my PSA, and what are we going to do about it, if anything?
All right.
Or what do we think about it?
Well,
all right, sir.
Thanks, Murray. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tom. Bye-bye.
Murray Wadsworth, author of Prostate Cancer, Sheep or Wolf. We'll take time out, come right back on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
There's a staycation right here in town. It's Super 8 Motel Ocala, right down the road on 40, just west of I-75. And they're pet friendly. Have truck parking, free breakfast, a swimming pool, a kiddie pool, and veterans get 10% off. It's a staycation at Super 8 Ocala. Call today, Super 8 Ocala, at 352-629-8794. Again, 352-629-8794.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org. You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros.